We've already flipped for setup, and Raging Bolt Ogerpon is going to go first. So they're going to draw a card, then they're going to bench Sandy Shocks and use Teal Dance on the Teal Mask Ogerpon EX to attach an grass energy to the Ogerpon and draw a card. Then Trekking Shoes is going to be played. Look at the top card of your deck. You can either choose to discard and grab another card or keep it. They pick up a Sada, which is going to be really good going into their second turn. Then you're going to play Nest Ball. And off this Nest Ball, they're probably looking to find, yep, there it is, Raging Bolt EX. And they're going to switch card the Ogerpon into the Raging Bolt. Then they will play and use Pokestop to discard the top 3 cards of their deck, and any item cards found there will go back into their hand. So pick up a Vessel and just pass. On the Guardy side, the opening is very weak, with like 4 Psychic energies in hand, a Dark energy, and the opening is so weak that they have to Pokestop, finding an Ultra Ball, and they're going to attach return to the Drifloon, Ultra Ball away at double Psychic energy, search the deck for a Kirlia, and put it into hand. Hoping that the Ralts does not get knocked out. Turn 2, retreating into Klefki to lock down the Ogerpon and passing. On the Raging Bolt side, they're going to bench a Raging Bolt, then play Earthen Vessel, discarding Grass Energy, and that's going to allow them to go search their deck for 2 energies of their choice. And so off of this Earthen Vessel, we will see 2 energies come out of play. One is going to be the Fighting energy, and the other is going to be the Lightning. Then Pokestop is going to happen. It's going to discard Lightning Grass and pick up the Pokegear 3.0. Then Sada will be played to accelerate an energy to each of their ancient Pokemon in play, or to 2 of their ancient Pokemon in play, and then draw 3 cards. And then Tricking Shoes picks up the Ogerpon, and then a Pokemon Catcher is going to come down, and it hits heads off screen, and so they're going to bring up the Ralts and be able to knock it out this turn, which will put them in a very commanding position early game. Then they're going to use Bellowing Thunder, discarding the grass off that Ogerpon and taking a prize. Klefki will be promoted, and now that Kirlia in their hand has no effect, but a huge Pokestop comes through, finding 3 items, the Heavy Ball will be able to grab a Ralts off the prizes. Then a Nest Ball will be able to grab probably another Ralts. Yep. And then Technical Machine Evolution will also be able to be used in order to evolve both of those Ralts into Kirlias. The draw on the other side is a Radiant Greninja, which will be benched. And as much as he wanted to use it, he couldn't because of Klefki in the active, using its Mysterious Lock. So then Pokegear 3.0 will come down, allowing the player to look at the top 7 cards and find a supporter in there and put it into hand. And they are able to pick up a Sada. Then an Energy Retrieval will be able to be played. And opponent is just looking through that deck, making sure. And they're going to pick up Double Grass. Then the Ogerpon will be benched. And they're going to attach return to the Ogerpon and use Pokestop. You're going to find 2 items there, a Nest Ball and an Earthen Vessel. And both will be instantly used. Earthen Vessel discarding Nest Ball. Go search the deck for a Fighting and a Grass energy. And shuffling up. And then they're going to use Bellowing Thunder, discarding the grass off the Ogerpon and taking another prize. On Guardy's side, their board is looking okay now, but it's still kind of weak. So they're going to Super Rod back in those 3 Guardy pieces, Buddy Poffin to find another Ralts, play Artisan, and Artisan will allow them to search out Monkey Dory, which they can attach a Dark Energy to, and then Refinement will come through. And Refinement's going to pick up an Iona, which is huge, which allows the players to reset, and that's 6 new cards to the Guardy player and only 4 to the Raging Bolt Ogerpon. They're going to evolve into Gardevoir EX. attach Bravery Charm, and then they're going to accelerate 4 energy onto that Drifloon, allowing it to use its attack for a ton of damage. The Balloon Blast will now do 240 damage, knocking out this Raging Bolt. And they're going to promote the other Raging Bolt and draw for turn. This new hand is looking alright. They're going to Super Rod and end up only putting back the Raging Bolt after some consideration. Then they will play Vessel and discard, I believe it's the Trekking Shoes at the back of the hand. This will allow them to find double grass, and now that the Clef Key is turned off, they can start using Teal Dance to draw 1 card for every time they attach a grass energy to that Ogerpon. Heavy Ball will be played to look at the prizes. There's no basic Pokemon in there, but you can at least look at it. Shuffling that back up, putting those back down. I don't know what he's praying for, but the Trekking Shoes is going to come through. It's going to take that Raging Bolt and play another Pokegear. And he picks up a Sada. Then bench Raging Bolt and play the Sada's Vitality. The Sada's Vitality is going to attach a Lightning to the bench and a Fighting to the active. Then with nothing else in hand, they're just going to Bellowing Thunder to discard 1 grass off the Ogerpon and take the knockout. On the Guardy player's side, considering who to promote, it's going to be the Gardevoir EX. Draw for turn is an Earthen Vessel. Considering what supporter to play, they've got a couple in hand, but don't want to play the Iono due to their opponent only having 2 cards in hand. They're going to pick up the Counter Catcher, and this Counter Catcher will enable them to bring up the Ogerpon into the active. The wrong Ogerpon, but that's alright. And then Earthen Vessel discarding Manaphy to get double Psychic Energy out of the deck. Screamtail off prizes with Heavy Ball. Refinement discarding 1, drawing 2. The Flutter Mane comes down. Loading up that Gardevoir. Adrenabrain 3 over to the Ogerpon. And that's just going to be a knockout for 2 prizes. Draw for turn is Prime Catcher. However, it's not going to see much use this late in the game. But we'll see a Pokegear come down first. And they're going to find another Sada. Getting really lucky with these Sada hits. The Lost Vacuum will be played to get rid of that Artisan in cost of the Prime Catcher. We're trying to just figure out where they go. And Sada's Vitality comes down. There's only grass energy in the deck, or in the discard pile, so they're just going to be attached to 2 ancient Pokemon in play, and draw 3. That's double energy retrieval and Boss's Orders. Energy retrieval will be played, getting more energy out of the discard pile, so that's going to be 2 grass, and they'll be put into hand. And then the Teal Dance will be used to accelerate an energy and draw a card. Card is Nest Ball. Nest Ball will be then played, and Nest Ball will grab another Ogerpon. Then after some discussion, the second Teal Dance will be used to accelerate an energy to the Ogerpon, draw a card. And then we'll see Attach for turn come down on the Ogerpon with 2 energy already attached. And then we'll see a Bellowing Thunder discarding both of the grasses off the Ancients and a couple more energies coming off the board to deal 350 damage and taking the knockout on the Gardevoir EX. Gardevoir's got it to consider, so they promote the Flutter Mane, Ultra Ball Way, Heavy Ball, and Psychic Energy. Grab the Gardevoir EX, bench the Scream Tail, attach Bravery Charm, Refinement to discard, draw 2, and then Unfair Stamp will be played. And we retconned the Gardevoir evolution because that was supposed to happen beforehand. And then Iono is going to come down, and the Raging Bolt player accidentally shuffles their deck, but that's alright, won't matter, because Psychic Embrace is going to put an energy on the Flutter Mane and move it to the bench, and then Scream Tail will be loaded up with a total of 5 energies total in the end. Yep, which will be 10 damage counters. Therefore, Adrenabrain to 2 and Roaring Scream will take the knockout and win the Guardy play of the game. So this was the Gardevoir EX deck built. It's a very typical list, I would say. Not that much that stands out. It's got the Klefki, as you saw. It has 4/4. It only has 1 Turo though. That's something that I'm considering bumping up to a 2 if I can find the space for it. It has Hammer. It's got the double Bravery Charm and Evo. And it's playing Unfair Stamp over the Aroma. And that 2 Artisan over a different stadium split. And then a 7/2 energy line. Now if we go ahead and look at the Raging Bolt Ogerpon list, we can see that it's again pretty much pretty standard. It's got a 4/4 Raging Bolt and Ogerpon lines. I felt that the 4 Ogerpons added more consistency, so 4 are being played. It's got the 7 Grass that could be dropped to 6, but this was just some list I made up pretty quick at one point, and I haven't changed it much because I don't love Ogerpon. But so there's the 7 energy, not the 6. Other than that, it's Pokemon catchers and 4 energy retrievals and no superior energy retrievals. Other than that, most of the things are pretty standard. I guess the other thing that's of note is it's got the Sandy Shocks over the Flutter Mane, and it's got a Lost Vacuum.